been trying to make this review for over a year. But then I got lazy, and then there was that copyright strike I got on the Super Sonico video, and then I got lazy again, and it's just like a plague. Every time I'm like, oh, I gotta make the Etotama review, and I just want it to be done. So here it is. Roll the intro. Alright, that's enough. So, Etotama, it's about the Chinese zodiac, you know, like that other one. No, not that one. That one. Yeah, Etotama's like Fruits Basket, except Etotama has a bunch of cute animal girls, where Fruits Basket has a bunch of cute animal guys. Well, you know, the important ones were guys anyway. Like that one. Not like that one. Like that one, yeah! Anyway, you know the deal. All the animals have to compete to become part of the zodiac. Rat betrays the cat, now the cat's not part of the zodiac, so now the cat has to beat all of the other animals to become part of the zodiac. That's your basic premise. Alright, let me tell you something quickly. Just bring it in. Here we go. Okay, so I'm on Annie chart, right? Looking at anime, and I spot Etotama. It's a completely weebified Chinese story, and I think, I'm a weebified Chinese person. I resonate with this show. I'ma watch it. I sit down, watch episode 1, and just have this huge grin on my face thinking, that was one of the worst first episodes I have ever seen. I can't wait to write a review on this. So the next week comes and I watch the second episode and I'm like, oh man, this show sucks. I can't wait for the next episode. And then I watch the next one and the next one. And then around like episode 10, I'm like, oh man, that was great. I can't wait to watch the next episode. Wait, what? At some point, Etotama decided to stop being suck and start being good. But that's not entirely true, because looking back, every single episode seemed to be better than the last. That might sound really nice, but it took to like episode 8 for it to start actually being good. And for a 12-episode anime, that's kind of really far in. Let's wind back a bit. Let's talk first episode. You start out with a good intro, which leads into the opening song. So far, so good. Then the next part introduces 10 of the 14 characters in the entire series with a horrible gag.
ねえ、牛、トラ、ウ、タツ、ニ、ニ、あとなんだっけ？やっぱりですわ。ええ感じやな。何が？イエス？またか。もしもし。Now, if you liked that joke, you'll be happy to hear they use the same gag 2 more times in this episode. Next, you get introduced to the main character, Nyatan, who is just this annoying, whiny spaz that spends the entire first half of the episode derping around and providing weak fan service scenes no one asked for. Once the episode is halfway over, they introduce character number 12 just to make the story advance. This leads to the first fight of the series, and this fight was pretty good too, but Nyatan ruins it by adding forced drama that you know nothing about. And to top it all off, the drama was all made up by Nyatan anyway to invoke a reaction from the main guy. You get your ending sequence, you get a little interaction between the Zodiac girls, and then the episode is over. And then it starts getting better. The next 2 episodes were pretty bad. Episode 4 to 5 were alright. 6 was pretty good. And then bam! Episode 7 is a recap episode! How you gonna have a recap episode in a 12-episode anime? Which, by the way, which of these characters seem pretty interesting to you? Maybe Usatan, right? Or maybe Shatan over here. She's pretty cool. Bet you can't wait to see her try. Nope! She gets the recap episode. She doesn't get a proper trial, which is bullcrap. Let's just dedicate a full episode to the bird rooster or whatever instead. By the way, her episode is pretty good. Speaking of characters, remember when I said that Nyatan was annoying? Well, she is, but gradually she gets less annoying and more of a better character. I wouldn't say I necessarily ever really liked Nyatan, but she's definitely more bearable later on and becomes a pretty good main character, I would say. Unlike this guy, what was his name again? Takkyuu. This guy might be the most generic, plain, one-dimensional, and useless character
I've like ever seen. He's just a plot device. He's the guy on the series. He contributes power to Nyatan, and he's supposed to be important to her or something like that. Sometimes I forget he's even there, and that's a shame because he's got a pretty good voice actor. I don't know if there's a single scene involving this character that I actually care about. He never develops, he's never amusing. I would probably take 2 points off the final score just for him existing if he didn't contribute so little in general. Most of the time you can just forget he's there. But that's enough negativity, let's talk positives. Pacing. Etotama has great pacing. 12 episodes, 12 animals, beautiful. Okay, so they don't exactly do one animal per episode, but it still works out really well. Character variety. Introducing pretty much every single character all at once was an awful idea, but it worked kind of well in the long run because you've seen the entire Zodiac. They can use them however they want, they don't need to waste time on character reveals. As a result, every character gets plenty of time to develop, and the characters end up being pretty amusing minus the pile of human waste over here. I watched the anime again for the sake of this review, and I have to say, it was more amusing the second time around because I had some attachment to all the characters. Sound. The soundtrack for Etotama was a little generic, but still good. The company never released the soundtrack though, which is why the background music for this review is all random stuff. Let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, action!
Don't lose your way.
This is the part that drew me to the series in the first place. CG might not be for everyone, but these fights were great. They're well animated and dynamic, which is hard to do on 2D animation without a huge budget. Everyone gets these cute little transformation sequences, except for Shatan. You get to see what kind of cool powers they have, except for Shatan. And you get development for both Nyatan and whoever she fights. Except for Uritan, because hers ended in like 5 seconds. And each trial wasn't always just a fight. Tag, kick the can, a race, shogi. They were all pretty interesting to watch and get really intense near the end of the series. Outside of the drama from episode 1, I think I liked every single one of these. Real quick cut back to the negatives. The drama in the beginning of the series was awful. Every single time it came up, I thought, this is stupid. And then it wrote itself off like 10 minutes later, which is also stupid. There was some really nice stuff near the end, and I was real excited about it. That's what happened in episode 10 when I realized that the series was all of a sudden good. And that's when I decided that I was definitely gonna make this review, and now it's
2018.
I was gonna make this review in Chinese New Year 2016. This anime came out in spring 2015. I also had some ideas that I just couldn't figure out how to make work. I wanted this part where during a drama section I was gonna put the background music, that really sad one from Toradora. You know, the one that goes you know, that one. But c'est la vie. These things happen. It's 2018. I'ma get this review out of the way and start working on new reviews. All in all, I did like Etotama. It started out pretty bad, but it got better and better as it went on. So, like the opposite of Sword Art Online. By the end of the series, they had pretty much fixed any real issue I had with it, and I had no complaints. It just takes a while because it's not like it suddenly gets better in episode 2. Episode 2 is pretty bad. Honestly, it's a little hard for me to recommend Etotama since it takes so long to become good. But if you're willing and enjoy a generic action comedy anime, Etotama can be worth the watch. Or if you're a masochist. And hey, if you're a masochist, I have a review on MM you can watch that might suit your tastes. Wink wink nudge nudge. 5 points to start. +2 for overall enjoyment. -1 for a terribly bland main guy. +1 for everyone else. -1.5 for terrible start. +1 for consistently improving. -0.5 for the recap episode. +1 for sweet fights. -1 for poor use of drama. Grand total, 6 youth points. And now it's finally over. Wait, what?